Hello, my name is Sophie and I'm a designer working in a Silicon Valley startup. Being in the Valley, I realized there are so many different journeys to becoming a designer. Today, I want to share with you and help you understand the different paths to becoming a UX or product designer. And yes, you can absolutely become a designer with no money in your pocket. Yes, that is how I did it.
College, the most expensive option. This is the option if you want to be taught by world-class professors, people who have done years of research and have access to design labs, a network of fellow designers, as well as a lot of resources like libraries, like internships. Probably one of the reasons that I wish I went to college for UX designs. You get to have access to all these internships from reputable companies. There are college recruits, people from these reputable companies who would go to college to try and recruit their next batch of new grads. This is something that you will not get if you're trying to teach yourself through an online course. Besides from all the fundamentals of UX design, you'll also get to enroll in any other classes that you might be interested in. For example, if you want to be a UX designer, knowing psychology and sociology is so vital. Honestly, I spend so much time now trying to read up and learn more about human psychology and the way we want to understand things. If you have the money, if you have like $100K to spare, college is a great option. Personally, if I were to transition my career, I wouldn't really go back to college unless I really want this solid network of people I can go back to. Now, if you don't want to pay this expensive tuition for multiple years, you can consider doing a bootcamp course or some sort of extension program at a college. This is way cheaper than a proper degree, and you also get a network of designers or your fellow classmates that you can go back to. All of your classmates are probably in a similar point in life as yourself. They're probably going through career transitions as well as yourself, and you guys can relate to each other. You can brainstorm about ideas, you can talk about class, and you'll probably even get to do group projects together, which is similar to a classroom environment. Because these are intensive programs, you can get something out of it within like a few months. I would much rather do a fast track program than spend a couple years of my life to go back and enroll in a degree and take my time with it. Also, I don't know why, but I keep getting these ads. I don't want to do another program, just stop targeting me. If you don't even have the option to do these boot camps, an idea is to enroll in a boot camp where it's free for you, but you only pay them when you get a full-time job above a certain salary. And they'll take a portion of your salary to pay for the bootcamp. That is not a bad idea. Now, if you're like me, when I was transitioning into UX design, I was at a point where I just didn't have that much money to spare. I also didn't want to go back to college for another degree. I'm not doing another master's program. I ended up picking the Google UX design course, and my God, that was the best decision I ever made because I learned so much with that free course. I also got this free certificate to put on my LinkedIn. It was just mind-blowing. Like, I couldn't believe that this was free. Thank you, Google. The best part is you can learn at your own pace, and same with Udemy classes as well. Udemy classes are so cheap. You can get them at $10, and they might have a different focus for every single class. So for example, if you want to go deeper into prototyping than the Google UX design course, you could take those Udemy classes. Or if you want to go deeper into user research, you can also take those Udemy classes. However, if you find that you're someone who needs a little bit more discipline, or you're someone who needs to throw some money into it in order for you to actually go and do something, then this might not be the right option for you. And because you're doing these courses by yourself, it might feel lonely at times. For example, I realized I really wanted someone to talk to when I was doing these courses, but I just didn't have a community of people I can go back to. There is an online forum, but you know, like being online versus in person, it's just different. It's so nice to have someone you can talk to in real life. I had my imaginary friend when I was doing these courses. Hello. When I was doing the Google UX design course, it took me around 2 months, and I also did my own projects, and I got a job right out of it. Quick disclaimer though, I was doing design already for 5 to 6 years before pivoting into UX design. But the design that I was doing was more like architecture design and graphic design. Even if you prepare to do a bootcamp or if you prepare to go into college, I would highly recommend doing this class just because it's free. Like, it doesn't hurt you. It also can give you a glimpse of what doing UX design is like. And finally, The internet is a very, very big wide web. There are so many blogs, YouTube videos, or just websites in general where you can learn about UX design by yourself. You don't even need one of these classes. Now, the only thing is, some content might be repetitive because you can't really verify who made a certain YouTube video. So take everything with a grain of salt. Now, if you're someone who has a drive and you prefer not having someone tell you what to do, like myself, this is a great path for learning UI, UX, or product design. Some YouTube channels that I really like includes FilmK, Chunbuns. These two creators really go into depth what it's like working at a bigger company. They show off their portfolios, talk about day-to-day as a real UX designer. And some blogs that I really like includes Case Study Club, growth.design, near and far. A lot of these actually go into the psychology of the product design. And if you're interested in UI UX, I would recommend first doing the Google UX design course. And then you can go watch videos about Chunbuns and FilmK's day-to-day as a product designer. Lastly, you can go back and look into psychology of product design with Case Study Club, growth.design. This will give you a fully comprehensive guide to becoming UX designer. So these are some of my recommendations. There are so many paths to becoming a designer. Literally, because Silicon Valley is such a new thing. Like, not everyone here has a college degree. And as long as you have the skills, as long as you're good, and as long as you know what you're doing, you can probably get a job. You just have to show that you can do it and prove that. You prove that you are thinking through all these different problems. Prove that you iterate and you read up and you know what's going on in the industry. Honestly, the most important part is to get started and to keep on improving and keep on doing it. Learning is a lifelong journey and it never stops. I'm always continuously trying to read more about human psychology because honestly, understanding how humans behave is like the single most important aspect of UX design and any design in general. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out this video where I talk about the best Figma plugins you could use. Figma is going to be your most important tool as a UX product designer. And I'll see you next week. Bye!